success is certain. Detroit. I did that just for Mike. Yes, I did. But anyway, success is certain, man. Newest LP from Royce of 5'9" after releasing the nicely EP of Bad Meets Evil. And overall, pretty much, I would say it's a good album. It wasn't great. It was the Royce that I was expecting to get. You know, it sounded a little bit more mature on certain songs I felt on the album. And what else? Production was pretty cool. I like Alchemist. I like what? I thought you said something. My bad. Production.
What? You said what you say?
What you say about Alchemist, bitch?
C-Town raises an eyebrow. Everybody's like, what? What? What?
I didn't say nothing yet.
No, but yeah. Overall, it's a good album. You know, Royce bringing it, man. Royce gonna always bring it. Couple of the hooks I felt was a little kind of cheesy on the album, I thought. But overall, it was a good album.
Man, Royce. You know what? It was a good album, close to great for me. It somewhere in the middle, it started getting like a little, because like the first part of the album was like real high energy, really going in. You know, Royce was killing it. Then it kind of got like a little somber, but it was cool because he had like that track where they were talking about proof. You know what I'm saying? And then, you know, all of them tracks, like the introspective ones talking about if me and M didn't go through that beef, I wouldn't be where I was. I wouldn't have signed with Slaughterhouse. Exactly. It was definitely more mature. I really like this album. I really like this album. I could play this again, top to bottom. Even the songs I really didn't like that much, but I could play it again, top to bottom. It was really solid.
You think the hooks was kind of cheesy? Like, some of the hooks in there, I just couldn't get with some of the hooks. But I ain't judging the album based off the hooks. I mean, the verses and the lyrics was great. I mean, it's Royce.
Royce killed it.
That's what you're going to get from Royce.
Royce killed it. I like the fact that he didn't really ride like M's coattail, like having M featured on everything. I was just fucking with you, man.
I have to say, you know, I didn't really have any expectations for this album because I wasn't sure what he was going to do because, you know, after signing with M, everyone was thinking that he was going to go commercial and all that. So when I put this album on, I mean, you know, it kind of shocked me because it wasn't, I kind of disagree with Brandon, it was not the Royce that we've been getting for the past whatever years. This wasn't anything at all to me like street hop.
More mature.
You know, I wouldn't even say it's more mature. It's just a different sound for him. And I can't really say necessarily if it's him trying to be more commercial, trying to be more appealing, or if he just wanted to switch it up a little bit.
But none of the tracks on there was really, I see what you're saying. None of the tracks on there was really commercial.
No, well, they kind of were. Like some of the production was a little more commercial. It was a little more accessible. Like when you put some of his older stuff on, even his last mixtape, when you put that on, compared to this, Bars M3, when you put that compared to this, and that was a mixtape anyway.
Yeah.
But I think this album was definitely good. It was definitely good. Royce didn't really go as raw and as hard as I expected him to go, but I still thought it was a good album. I enjoyed it.
So you didn't think second place was wrong?
You always do that.
What?
You always do that.
No, I'm just.
When I say overall, I don't think Royce went as hard as I expected. You always try to pull like one track that would be like. Usually it's like the dopest track on the album. You didn't think
second place?
You didn't think. No, I thought Writer's Block was dope. I thought Second Place was dope, but I'd heard those tracks before. Mm-hmm. You know, Where's My Money? I thought that was a nice track. I'm on My Own Planet. That track had leaked. God, was it a year ago?
A year ago. I was shocked that was on there.
Yeah, I was shocked that was on there too. I mean, that was one thing that was a slight disappointment for me with the album. Is damn near all the songs I'd already heard. Like a lot of the songs had already leaked out. But again, that doesn't take away from the album. The album was definitely good. Mm-hmm. I enjoyed it. It wasn't stellar. It didn't blow me away. It was not standard Royce, but Royce still brought it with his flow. He has that signature Royce the 5'9" flow.
That's why it's still Royce.
I would have just appreciated it more if it was those signature Royce the 5'9" lines. Like, I had his flow. He didn't have the same lyrics that I expected. And I think that was just because this was his first big, official, major album. He
Was
knows
this on Shady Records? Is this released on
No,
Shady
this
Records?
release is not on Shady Records, but he knows that there's going to be people that are going to have eyes on him right now. So he couldn't come talking about his dick all day. Or come in with a gang of battle tracks. He couldn't do that. He had to make this, you know, a more accessible album.
Listen, I thought you did a good job doing that.
So are you disappointed by that?
I don't know, man. It's a loaded question. I am a little bit, just because I like that immature, you know, Spitfire Royce. That's always why I've loved Royce. But at the same time, it didn't make me, you know, not enjoy the album.
Right.
You know, I still enjoyed the album. I just wouldn't listen to it as much as Street Hop.
You know, that's kind of always been the thing about Royce, is that he does a lot of those battle raps, and people have always kind of critiqued him for that. It's like, when are you gonna, you know, do something else? Can you actually write a song? Can you actually put an album together? And that's why I wanted to ask you that question, because it kind of seems like he's trying to answer, you know, critics. So when I listened to Success is Certain, I didn't really know what to expect. You know, I went and copped the album, and typical fashion, as FIFA would like to point out, I didn't start playing it until Friday. I listened to it the first time, I was like, it's okay. You know, second time, all right, a couple of head nods, but like you guys were saying, a lot of the tracks that I found myself liking had already leaked. So I had some time to sit with those tracks. So for me, I think it was just a solid Royce the 5'9" album. And, you know, there's no disappointment. There's no, wow, this is great. This is a solid Royce the 5'9" album.
You think it was typical Royce?
I think it was close to typical Royce. And the only reason I kind of say that for me is because, you know, kind of the flow and the lyrics were there. You know, but he kind of strayed away from some of the things that you didn't say was a typical Royce the 5'9". But when I listen for Royce, that's what I'm kind of listening for. Like, what are your bars like? You know what I'm saying? Or will you become a little bit softer? It's a little softer, but I don't think it's all the way softer. Like, he sounds great on Premiere. I think the Writer's Block track, the Premiere remix, better than the original to me. You know, I think he, yeah.
I like the original one better.
Oh, really? No,
I like the remix.
No, that remix is grimy, man. I like that. I definitely love Rock That. I think it was most of the last track, or the last track on the album. I really love that song. I thought it was good. I thought ER was good. I thought Security was very heartfelt. So, you know, you can appreciate that. Merry-Go-Round.
Merry-Go-Round was nice.
If I can't remember what it is, I guess forget it.
Remember when he was singing that weird thing?
So
it was weird. But that wasn't bad though. I think again that was what added to me thinking that this was a little bit more commercial than his other stuff. And it wasn't commercial in the way of bad. It was just commercial in the way of I want to bring all these new fans in. This is typically when I put a Royce album on, I walk away.
You think he kind of went a little bit out of the box a little bit? Oh.
I think what C-Town is trying to say is that it wasn't raw, like raw Royce. You know what I'm saying? Like big bitch, fuck, slut. You know, that type of Royce, right? That's what you're trying to allude to?
No, not necessarily. It's
Okay.
just, you know, when I walk away from a Royce album, I usually have a lot of quotables stuck in my head. A lot. Like when you walked away from Street Hop, you had a lot of quotables. Like even from just the first song from Street Hop, where you know, when you go to the bathroom, turn around, look in the toilet, and compare me to that. Like you did so many dope lines from the album. And this one, I didn't walk away with that many quotables. There were some great lines, but I just didn't walk away with that many great quotables.
Like I think it was on the hook when he was saying, I need to run backwards so I can see second place. I thought that was cool as hell. You know what I'm saying? So
that wasn't really like a bar. That was
it was a hook. It was a hook. But you know, still hot though. Regardless, he said it. His rhymes, he wrote it. So, but you know, it was hot. It was hot. Definitely hot.
There were a couple lines like where he said, you know, I will check a bitch ass like an OBGYN. That was a nice line. Mm-hmm. You know, when he said something about what did he say? I know I'm gonna quote this wrong, but it was something along the lines of, if you're looking for a killer, I'm willing and ready. I'll make my kids PBJ with a machete.
Yeah.
there were some lines, everybody at your reception gonna get hit with more than confetti. He had some good lines, but it just wasn't for me. It wasn't all the way standard Royce.
So where does Royce go from here, though? You know what I'm saying? Because y'all saying like he's losing a little bit of that. You know what I'm saying? Super gritty,
as long as
raw.
he don't go too far, way out left ocean or whatever. I mean, he's good. I thought that with this album he did a good job of still kind of keeping
Like
Roy,
playing that
Royce
fence?
playing that fence, keeping Royce the 5'9" at bay that we love, but then kind of going a little.
But you don't think he dumbed his lyrics down a little bit?
I don't know.
No,
I do.
You think he
You
dumped?
think-
You think he
you
dumped?
think he dumped?
Did you listen to Street Hop?
I heard some of it. I didn't.
Hop.
Yeah, I didn't listen to the whole thing.
When you
I mean, you
listen
think he
to,
dumped it down like that?
I didn't say drastically.
I'm just saying. I'm just asking. I'm asking.
Like that.
No, I'm
It's like
asking.
Black Rob when he was getting that kid.
No, I'm asking though.
No, I mean, I don't think it was drastic. Like, I don't think that he was just like, I can't spit hot bars, so I'm just gonna like write some bullshit. No, I just think that he definitely toned it down. Like, Royce was a pit bull before, and now he's a little bit on a leash a little bit. You see what I'm saying? Like, these,
Tied up,
just a little bit, a little bit, and that's probably smart. If he's trying to get to a certain place, he can't be Bar Exam 3 Royce. He can't, because nobody is ever gonna want to hear that on the radio. And even riding with M, no one is gonna want to listen to that. So he has to tone it down a little bit. And once again, also, I think that Royce is getting to that level of being an artist where you can obviously notice the difference between an album and a mixtape. You see what I'm saying? Like, when you put together an album like Street Hop, when you put together that album, you hear songs, you hear crafted songs. When you put B3 on, you hear spit, 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 spit. And then you put this on, it's back to Street Hop. You hear songs. So he's just that dude right now. And I guess in a sense, that makes him a well-rounded artist when he can do that. He can write mixtapes and he can write albums.